Welcome, Warrior fans, to Crusader Field. TJ Scholes here with Kyle Harris on the last game of the regular season for the Washington Warriors. Warriors coming in at 9-0, looking to cap off an undefeated season. We'll hear what Coach Beller has to say in his weekly coaches show with Stuart McPherson. You're watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
Welcome, everyone. Brad Beller's Coaches Show, week number 10 in the last regular season ball game for all the schools as the Warriors set to face Christian Heritage after a 63-0 victory over the Crooked Oak Roughnecks. Last week, the Warriors on the road again and getting ready for the playoffs. 9-0, Washington comes in on the regular season. We're going to talk to Coach Beller about last week's victory over the Roughnecks and about tonight's ball game at Christian Heritage. We'll be back with Coach Brad Beller right after this. Back with the Brad Beller's Coaches Show. Brad, a 63-0 victory. A run of a lot of points here lately. 69, 63s, 50s. Your offense obviously clicking right now.
It is, and add a big punt return by Lane Steele was a big momentum boost for him and another threat that we have. But it was clicking, and it was clicking at a high rate, and we weren't doing anything special. I mean, we were throwing hitches, and we were throwing running inside zone game. So whenever you're doing that and you're still making big plays, that means the team is doing something really well, and we did that for pretty much the entire night. Well,
and you say team. That's you and I had a conversation over the weekend talking about some different teams in the playoffs that you could see, and talking about teams that have good individuals and teams that are a good team. And that's to make a deep run in the playoffs, that's what you got to have. It's not the individuals, it's the team, isn't it?
It is, and I feel like this team is every week coming closer and closer together. They're trusting each other more and more. They're trusting the coaching more and more. And when you do that, it just feels like it's a strong structure. Everyone can lean on one another. Everyone knows what everyone can do, where they need help from, where they can get help from, where I can get this on my own, and it just seems to just be building momentum as a team, and our practices are reflecting that. Our games are showing everyone that's happening, and so. Overall, as a team, we have a lot of really dynamic players. There are guys that are going to go play on Saturdays, but they're starting to realize that their teammates can help them, and they don't have to do it all by themselves. And whenever you can do that, and you look around and you have 15 different guys touch the football, that's a great thing to happen. For a football team to build confidence in.
Well, and you're seeing that as well. Talking about the team aspect. Because you're playing a lot of players. In the last 3 weeks, everybody's getting to play a lot. And your guys, you can see it. I don't get to see it live. I'm watching it on tape. But you see the guys on the sideline that aren't in the game, even your ones, they're still cheering on. They're watching the game. They're involved in that game, and they're excited about your younger guys.
Yes, and the culture of that, of knowing what they've all been through, from January to now, builds that. They truly and genuinely are rooting for one another to have success, not just themselves. And when the game becomes more about the team than yourself, the enjoyment and the fulfillment of a game of football is so much greater. And I love the fact that our seniors are seeing that and appreciating that, what the seniors before them did and helped them. They get to do that same thing to these younger guys, and that's why the tradition is what it is at Washington, and the expectations are what they are, because they've been through a lot together, and they want to see that success for each and every person, not just for themselves.
Brad, you see a lot if you're watching the tape or you're people watching it live. You've got a stable of running backs led by Cole Scott. You've got a lot of kids that can get in there and touch the ball. Cole is he's already got his 1,000 yards this year. The kid is, you saw a lot of glimpses of him last year. He wasn't the starter, but he got a lot of touches this year as a starter. He's hard to stop. We know that. Let's talk about the 5 guys up front, and they're young, aren't they, Brad?
They are. When we started the year, and you lose guys like Seth Tague and Luke Steele and Austin Smith, you're going, okay, we know we have some skill guys. What can this group of linemen do? And we felt like we had, between 8 and 10 guys that were, vying for those spots. And Rope was one of them that we wanted to keep just defensively and allow Caleb Bruce and Tanner Winlock, the two returning guys, to just play offense. Well, it's worked out where Tanner Winlock is the only returning offensive lineman. Caleb Bruce is just playing defense. And we have guys like Easton Berglund stepping in at center. Doesn't look, if you saw him, you'd think he's a running back, okay? And then he's playing center, and he's blocking guys 300 pounds and doing an awesome job of it. Then you turn around and you look at Wyatt McCauley, that's been waiting in the wings, wanting to be a part of this team for so long and has done so much in his career, yet has never been the guy. And now we're leaning on him, and he's done great at that left tackle position. Nathan Spaulding, a defensive guy, only guy last year, jumps in and knows Rope has been banged up and stuff in his career, jumps in at right tackle. And then Jordan Vania, a guy that played as a freshman, was a good freshman, but didn't know how he was going to be, and then boom, he jumps in at left guard. And it's just this group of sophomores and juniors that have just gelled really well together. They trust one another. They played a lot of football, even though it's been in junior high and JV. They played a lot of football together, and so just an amazing, phenomenal group that just seems to get better and better and better. Every time you watch them on film, they just continue to get it. They want to be coached, which is their best trait, is they want to be coached. They want to be coached hard. They want to be demanded of. They don't want any excuses to be made for them. I can't say enough about them. They're a fun group.
And you notice about every Friday, they're generally outsized.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not about blowing people off the football. It's just getting in their way where they can't make a tackle. You don't have to knock somebody 5 yards off the ball.
No. If you can create a scene.
Technique.
That is why Easton Berglund is playing where he's playing. Caleb Bruce is going to play. He'll play center. He'll play guard late in the year and in the playoffs and different things. But Wyatt McCauley, same thing. They play great technique and they know what they're doing. And then you just add that fight to them, a little bit of that just grit and fight, and it comes with it reminds me a lot of the 2018 offensive line whenever you add, Treston Miller and Justin McKay and some of those guys that weren't the biggest guys in the world. Tyler Beller, all those guys, they weren't big. They just fought. And that is what this line has turned into. And I think a lot of people pull for them because they know they are undersized. And the worst game that they played was the smallest defensive line we saw against CCS. But they're ready for the size. They'll screw up here and there, but they are a bunch that has played well beyond their years of what and their experience level for pretty much all the year except for CCS.
Brad, do you have an offense and a defensive player that caught your eye last Friday?
The one on offense, I guess there were two. Ben Vaughn jumps in. We haven't got to use him. He's had a shoulder injury. We throw him in. He catches the ball, touchdown. The week before, he had done the same thing. We give him the ball, jet, boom, long run. So he's a guy that we know is spectacular offensively, even though we needed him more defensively early in the year with the bum shoulder. But Hudson Howard made some runs. I know it was late in the game, but he made a couple of runs that were just unbelievable. He runs over a guy, and the guy is hollering on the field at his arm's hurt, and he said, where did he come from? He didn't know who he got hit by. And so Hudson really jumped out on the offensive side of the ball, running the football. Defensively, just our young linebackers getting into the mix. Case Taylor done some really good things and getting us aligned. And so very proud of those young sophomores and what they've done, and Hudson being a freshman.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more Washington football with Coach Brad Beller and the game tonight as the Warriors travel up to Midwest City, take on the Christian Heritage Crusaders. We'll be back with the coach right after this on Squirtle and KBLP. Back with head coach of the Washington Warriors, Brad Beller. Brad, before we get into Christian Heritage, let's talk. Your JV went out and played a varsity game. They went and played Hobart on Thursday night before you played your varsity game on Friday night, and came out with a 34-13 victory over Hobart. Talk about that game for a minute.
Wow, it was one of the more fun and enjoyable games I've ever been a part of. Getting to see those young guys that have worked so hard all year, that on Tuesday and Wednesdays have to try to block Hayden Milner and Nathan Spalding and Caleb Bruce. They had a chance to go out there and show not just the town, but themselves, how much they had improved. They knew that they had improved, but goodness, to go out there, windy day, know that we were going to have to put the ball on the ground in the first quarter because we were facing the wind, and they go and move the ball and score in that first quarter all on the ground was impressive to watch. And they had so much. We won't know the benefits of that game, probably the full benefits of it, for years to come, because it was Friday Night Lights. I mean, it was their homecoming.
Right.
And so to have to go out there on a 2-hour bus ride, our varsity guys get to go watch them and root them on. That was just unbelievable atmosphere, unbelievable game for these young guys. And the benefit of it that we saw recently was this week of practice was unreal, because they were walking around thumping their chest saying, hey, we wouldn't win a high school game too. And our varsity guys are going, no, you know who we are. And it did nothing but elevate practice. And so great job by the coaching staff, great job by the kids of having to double up on 2 game plans. Our varsity guys had it easy. Our JV guys and our coaches were trying to do 2 game plans and keep in mind what they were doing for each one. So great for our program, a great program win for those guys.
Well, we talked before we went on the air. The 2 things that stood out to me was number one, in the second quarter, that Hobart had driven down, got it to the inside the 5, first down, and you hold them at the 1. They go for it, fourth down and goal to go from the 1. You hold them. And then you take it on offense and you drive it down to the red zone. If you complete a couple of passes, you probably score and take a lead going into halftime, but you just go into halftime tied at 7. Those 2 things impress me. Again, looking to the future, that you've got a bunch of sophomores, freshmen and sophomores, that can go out and compete with a true varsity team, a good varsity team, and come out with a win and do those types of things. To get a stop on fourth down is huge.
Unbelievable. Case Taylor and Cole Beller and Jake Coles, we knew how to be the leader of that defense. They were the most experienced guys. They're only sophomores, but they were the most experienced guys. And they put us in the right defense. They got the correct checks. They all 3 made plays. The defensive line just held their ground with the big front line of that Hobart had. And so, you can't even express how excited our sidelines were and everything, because when that happened, not only did we come out thinking, man, we are not going to be down at half, they came out and then they make that drive, even though we didn't score. They came into the locker room and it was, I looked at one of the coaches, said the game over, we win. I knew at that point we were going to win, because the confidence that they came into that locker room with, they walked on the field hoping, they walked away believing. Right. And that, whenever you get to where you believe, we've seen it in the past. You can't. It's hard to kill someone whenever they believe. I mean, you're going to have to really put it to them, and that group was not going to be denied after that.
Got a freshman quarterback can play.
Yeah,
Nate can play.
Nate Roberts is, for a guy that does not want to play quarterback, that is an unbelievable D end. We found out that this week. We found out he can play tight end and H-back. He can flat out play quarterback. Yeah. And he had some receivers. Mason Singletary makes an unbelievable catch coming out of that goal. We're in the shadow of our own goal, and he makes a great catch. But Nate does an unbelievable job. Cade Norman had done most of the damage, and then in that second half, he starts completing passes. He starts running the football, right, executing plays that we threw in as a game plan, and he still went out and executed stuff outside of our base offense. Lets us know we have a really good quarterback room right now.
Yeah. Again, just the youth that this group has is people can say it. Washington was in the finals last year. It's over. It's just rebuilding. It's not rebuilding. It's just reloading.
I don't know how many, including 6A, how many coaches can walk into their quarterback room and say that all three of their starting quarterbacks have won a varsity game?
Yeah.
All three of our quarterbacks in our quarterback room have won a varsity game.
And the oldest is a junior.
And again, we are starting 4 sophomores on the offensive line. We're starting and a junior. We lose great players every year. That's not taking away from the years past. It's showing what those years leading up to it do and what it does for us. And we are at a point now where we can take a JV team and expect to go out and win against the varsity team. We might be moving up to 3A in a few years, but I think that we're going to be prepared for it. And these guys just work year-round, and it's not just what you see on Friday nights. It's really what you see the month and the years prior to that, from Little League all the way up, that lead these guys to be prepared for that moment.
Christian Heritage, Week 10, Brad, it's a game that does mean something to you. You can say, everybody can say, well, they're not a playoff team. It doesn't matter. You're going to be the playoff team, and you need to finish on the high note.
Yes, we're chasing something. As many people that are chasing us, we're chasing something, and it's something greater than just a district title, and we know it's there. But this opponent is giving us an opportunity to get closer to that, and so that's why you can't overlook anybody. You got to be prepared for everyone's best shot because of where you're at in the standings. But at the same time, we're chasing something greater than what a lot of people are chasing and believe that they can chase, and we know that we have the ability to be there, and so it's building, and Christian Heritage is there, and they have been a good enough opponent in some games that we have to be prepared for their best shot, and they have some playmakers that we have to be prepared to shut down.
Well, this is probably a game you'd like to see at least your starters go 3/4 of the ball game.
Would love to see that.
Or at least all of it even. It wouldn't hurt.
We need to see something. And our players are coming off the field wanting someone to fight them. And they want someone to compete with them. And I really think that Christian Heritage will give us that. Regardless of the score, I think Christian Heritage will continue to fight because they've been a proud program for so many years. I mean, these seniors played in the state finals, even though it was Class A. They played in the state finals their freshman year, so they know what it's like to play on a big stage. So we need to be ready for that and be prepared for what this Christian Heritage team is going to throw at us.
When you have the number 1 ranking on your jersey, you're a target for everybody.
Yeah, and we told guys, we know the target's there. And you got to expect everyone's shot, and you respect everyone's best shot. And I told them a team defending something and a team chasing something plays differently. And we've got to play like a team knowing someone's chasing us, but knowing what we're chasing and keeping our eyes and focus on what we need to be and where we need to be at. And if we do that, the scoreboard will take care of itself. And I'm excited for what this next, hopefully, 5 weeks, 5 games, if we get that opportunity to do, is in store for us.
Well, Brad, let's wrap it up. Talk about keys to victory tonight at Christian Heritage.
Like you said, we need to come out and expect their best shot, so we need to be mentally and physically ready for a fight and a 4-quarter fight if need be. So we need to come out and also continue to limit the penalties. We've done a good job, and limit the big plays. That's the one thing I want to see, is limit the big plays defensively.
Well, Brad, best of luck to you and the Warriors tonight. Look forward to visiting with you next week as Washington. Are we on 30 years, Brad?
This will be 31
years in the playoffs.
Yep.
Unbelievable. There's not very many schools left that have that.
Nope. It's a very big thing. A lot of, people would love to have the ride that we have had, and we are only 51 years into this thing and 31 straight years.
Yeah.
We need to appreciate what we have, but look forward to, we're still a young and thriving program and where we can be at in the future.
Brad, best of luck to you, and we will talk to you again next Friday.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for the Lindsay Leopard Coaches Show on KBLP, and if you're on Squirtle, right after this commercial break, we'll have TJ and Kyle bring you all the action and more of the pregame from Christian Heritage. For the coach, Brad Beller, I'm Stuart McPherson. Good evening, everybody.
For over 20 years, we have offered all of our customers the best products and services in the industry. Whether it's residential or commercial, we got you covered. Give us a call or visit our website.
B&H Construction is a proud Warrior partner. They are the leading directional drilling contractor with major operational hubs all over Oklahoma and in Texas. Their involvement in and support of our community goes far beyond utility construction. They're also a good neighbor and friend. When experience and safety count, your best source for directional drilling is B&H Construction. Go Warriors!
Darren Beller and Jason Hendricks, owners of Air Product Supply in Goldsview, are proud to sponsor the Washington Warriors on Squirtle for the 2021 season. APS is the regional distributor of Climate Master geothermal heat and air equipment and Lux Air and Oxbox as well.
Welcome, Warrior fans, to Crusader Field. TJ Scholes here with Kyle Harris on a chilly night in November. It's winding down on the regular season, Kyle, and the Warriors coming in at 9-0, facing a Christian Heritage team that has beaten the last two opponents that we have faced.
Yes, sir. Washington 9-0, like you said, coming in 6-0 in district. TJ leading the district, leading #1 team in the state too. Washington Warriors coming in playing Christian Heritage here. Man, Christian Heritage not looking bad. They've like you said, they beat a couple of our last opponents. They beat Holdenville 43-19 last week, and then Crooked Oak the week before 48-13. Couple key losses though. TJ Purcell 14-42. Purcell was up on the high side over them on that game, but like you said. Christian Heritage coming in #5 in our district, so a little bit better opponent than we've had the last couple of weeks, and we'll see how this game turns out.
Father, we pray that everything we do tonight will be glorifying and honoring to you, Father, and we pray all this in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen. Fans, if you will please join John Osmus, Cross Looney, and the Crusader Band in the national anthem.
Where's the flag at?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. In the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Couple minutes till kickoff, Kyle. The Warriors coming off a 63-0 beatdown on Crooked Oak last week in a very fast game, maybe one of the fastest games that we've called, but only giving up 10 total yards, and that's 2 out of the last 3 weeks. The Warrior defense has held the opposing team to under 50 yards. In fact, against Lexington, it was negative yardage,
yeah.
And then last week it was 10 yards. And so the Warrior defense really flexing their muscles late in the season.
Like you said, you gotta like the D, especially Coach Beller coming in. You know, if you got an offense that can put up this many points, TJ, and your defense gives up that few points per game, you got to be pretty happy with what's going on.
We'll keep an update on scores throughout the evening. A big game that's going on happened last week, Jones and Prague. That'll be one of the two teams that we could see in the second round of playoffs. Tomorrow, Victory Christian and Beggs play for their title, their district title in their respective district.
It's kind of odd why they're playing a Saturday game.
Yeah, it's gonna. I know Coach Beller and the coaching staff is gonna go take a trip to Tulsa and go watch that. Back to receive for the Warriors are number 8 Ben Vaughn and number 28 Braden Arthur. Short kickoff recovered by Vaughn. Nope, he bobbles it down to the 12, picks it back up, and now tries to get as much as he can. And he is tackled just outside the 15. Warriors will start their first possession on the 17-yard line.
That's a little off for Vaughn to kind of bobble that there. Warriors usually either come up with a pretty good return or start with a little different field position than what they're going to start out tonight. But, that's nothing for this high-powered offense, TJ. Warriors coming in on the year, man. Rushing yardage last week was 179 yards, like you said. Passing yards, 103 last week. Crooked Oak, like you said, was 9 yards gained. So we'll see what happens here.
Major Cantrell leads his offense out there. He's looking to hit Lane Steele in the middle of the field. He's open. He's going to go 40, 30, 20, 10, touchdown.
Just talking about that field position, TJ. It's nothing for this offense right there. Big strike, 80-yard strike to Lane Steele right there for an opening TD to put the Warriors on the board.
That is Lane's longest catch of the season and now his 4th touchdown on the season. And quick strike offense, Kyle. Warriors didn't waste any time. First play of the first possession, and they're already on the board, 6-0. In for the extra point attempt is Sam Hegeman. Holding is Jackson Hendricks, and snapping is Jamison Holland. Snap is down, kick is up, and it's good. With 11:43 to go in the first quarter, Warriors lead 7-0. Watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
If you're looking for a local heat and air service company, call us at 405-288-0233 and we can put you in contact with the local professional heat and air company. All the employees of APS want to wish Coach Brad Beller and the rest of the Warriors and coaching staff the best of luck this football season. Go Warriors!
It's no secret Pioneer Cellular cares about the students of our communities because we're in your communities with more retail locations than any other carrier in Western Oklahoma. It's no secret that we provide opportunities for students to learn remotely with distance learning plans and MiFi devices. We also help these schools live stream their games so family members across the country don't miss the action. We sponsor schools and colleges because your children deserve the best. Pioneer Cellular. It's no secret.
Welcome back to Crusader Field. Warriors with a quick strike on their first possession. 83-yard touchdown pass from Major Cantrell to Lane Steele. The Warriors up 7-0. Kobe Scott set to kick for the Warriors. Line drive kick goes over the head of the receiver, number 3, Eli Hill, and similar outcome, Kyle, from the Warriors snap, or first kickoff. That'll get the ball at their 17-yard line.
Yeah, he really bobbled that one. That one took a high bounce. That went over his head into the end zone. But like you said, they're going to start with probably the worst field position the Warriors started with. Man, going back to that first drive, how about that? Quick strike. One play, 80-yard drive. Lane Steele coming in on the year, 8 receptions for 132 yards.
That's going to go quick.
One strike, 80 yards. That's going to go quick.
CHA comes out in an interesting formation. A couple offensive linemen on the right side. Lefty quarterback's looking to throw it. He's got a man. Oh, intercepted again. Lane Steele, 2 receptions in the first 2 passes thrown in his direction.
Lane Steele said, only been getting a couple snaps last couple weeks. Put me in a ball game, coach.
Lane Steele with the interception, and the Warriors
kind of an odd,
about 35-yard line.
Kind of an odd setup there, almost like a swinging gate.
Right. They had like four offensive linemen. They took a couple others, put them by the receiver on the right, and tried to isolate the receiver on the left. Lane Steele wasn't fooled. Cantrell Stiddens, Lane Steele in motion. Now he's looking to pass. Looking downfield for Kobe Scott. Got him at the 5. He's going to be able to get in. Touchdown!
2 plays.
35-yard touchdown pass to Kobe Scott. Kobe, I talked to him earlier today, and he's been itching to get in the end zone. Said he hadn't scored one since he's at Purcell. Warriors call his number, Coach Q, tonight, and he's able to put the Warriors up 13-0.
Wonder how many times in 2 out of 3 games have scored on the first 2 plays from line of scrimmage for a touchdown, TJ.
Hegeman in for the extra point. And it's good. We'll keep it right here. That 83-yard strike from Cantrell to Steele was the longest pass play of the season for the Warriors. Cantrell now has, after that pass to Kobe Scott, 27 touchdowns to 2 interceptions.
That's pretty impressive
The
for
offensive coordinator and a head coach. You got to like that little touchdown to interception ratio.
especially for a sophomore.
Yeah, taking care of the football, making good decisions, and just hitting your guys. That was a beautiful pass to Kobe Scott, hit in stride, and allowed him to get in the end zone. You know, you talked about it a couple weeks ago. We played Holdenville. We had a couple pick sixes on the first couple possessions, and then on the offensive possessions, it was one play touchdown on 4 straight offensive possessions. Warriors looking like they're ready for the postseason tonight so far.
Fans are headed to go get some hot chocolate.
11:24 in the first quarter, only 36 seconds off the clock, and the Warriors have already dropped 2 touchdowns. Mason Thomas in for the kickoff now. Nice high kick sends the return man back to the 10. Now he's trying to get to the outside, break the tackle. Tanner Olson there to push him out of bounds.
Good job, Tanner, there, letting go. That's one of them plays. Being a freshman, you could try to sling him down right there and get an extra 15.
The return was Nate Gines, excuse me.
That'll bring up 1st and 10.
Some of these guys, Kyle, may not, the fans at home may not realize this, but Tanner Olson was doing walkthroughs in football yesterday, turned around and played a scrimmage after that, and now he's playing on Friday. So, regular formation here, and Hayden Milner meets
says, no, sir.
The running back.
Christian Mills, met the backfield.
Christian Mills, nowhere going. Loss of 1 on the play. Hayden Milner, Kyle, he's missing his buddy. Rope Scott had surgery recently. Prayers for him and his knee. He's got a messed up knee, and hopefully he has quick recovery, painless recovery. Great career for the Washington Warriors, a 4-year starter. Played some offensive line, dominated on both ends of the ball, and the Warriors are sure going to miss him for the rest of this season. 2nd down and 11 for the Crusaders. Handoff goes again. Oh. He is smashed in the backfield, this time by Nate Roberts, freshman.
Who's that?
Freshman defensive end comes in, linebacker. He's able to get the stop.
Linebacker slash backup quarterback.
Right. We'll see where they put him. They might have him at the defensive end position this week since Rope is out. But he's got some range, a 6'3", 6'4" freshman. Good frame, gonna just put on more weight and muscle. Brother plays tight end at North Texas. Good looking kid. 4th down and 15 for the Crusaders. They send a man in motion. They're looking for the receiver, and fortunate Kobe Scott fell down. Pass was intended for Nate Gines, but falls incomplete. 9:45 to go in the first quarter. The Crusaders will elect the punt.
Yeah, threw in the double coverage there. Not sure what Kobe was doing. It's almost like he got sniped out of the stands there.
Turf monster got him.
But thrown in a double coverage, incomplete, and Crusaders will punt right here on 4th down.
Lane Steele at his 30, waiting the punt. Not very good punt. Bounces backwards, takes a Warrior bounce to the 50, and the Warriors will take over at midfield.
Down, close to the 50-yard line.
Warriors lead 14-0.
We go 3 for 3 here on
plays
for scrimmage.
I know Coach Beller talked about having a certain amount of plays scripted, and they've cut it down. Had to cut it down to quite a bit because of the competition. I think one week they had 8 plays scripted. They're only able to get to 4 of them.
If I had to bet here, well, I say that, empty backfield.
Might get the option look here. Looking to throw again. He's got Cage Morris and Lane Steele, and just missed him. Like there's a little miscommunication. Lane was looking to the inside, pass went to the outside. Bring up 2nd and 10 for the Warriors.
Yeah, before that play, I was going to say, I'd imagine we're going to see a little dose of Cole Scott right here, but like you said, empty backfield, brought him in motion. Major had plenty of time, but just underthrew that one just a little bit, little miscommunication, and they'll reset here on 2nd down.
Looked like they were looking for Cage Morris at the seam. Cantrell went through his progressions, went with Steele. Looking deep again, This time got Luke Hendricks on the in route. He's running up the sideline, going to cut back.
Look at that block.
See if he can use his speed. He does. Touchdown! 50-yard touchdown pass.
Did you see that block by Kobe Scott on the edge?
Good job by Scott on the perimeter, freeing Luke Hendricks, his senior partner in crime, for a 50-yard touchdown on the fourth play from scrimmage for the Warriors. 9:17 to go. Warriors lead 20-0.
We got to figure out our replay.
Hegeman in for the extra point. And it's through the uprights. Warriors lead 21-0. We'll be back after the break.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
Welcome back to Crusaders Field. Warriors lead 21-0. TJ Scholes here with Kyle Harris, Luke Hendricks with his 10th touchdown receiving on the year. Almost 700 yards receiving for the senior receiver. Cantrell with another touchdown pass. Mason Thomas set to kick, back to receive for the Crusaders. Number 8, Nate Gines. Number 3, Eli Hall. Hill. They stuff him up the middle. Brought down by a host of Warriors. Hudson Howard, Jake Coles.
How would you like to be Major Cantrell this game, sitting back there with all the time in the world, picking your receivers, lines getting plenty of time? I mean, I've never been a quarterback, but I've always really hated quarterbacks, to be honest with you. But if I was a quarterback, this would be the game to have tonight.
Luke Hendricks playing some safety tonight. Going to need him in the future. He's a great defender in the backside for the Warriors. They got Jamison Holland out there too, leading the team in interceptions. They're looking to run again and nothing doing. Rhett Vaughn and Hayden Milner there to meet him.
Trying to run that at Milner. Milner blew that up, pushing back to the inside. And like I said, a host of Warriors there throws that in.
Dom Jackson, the big senior in the nose guard position, stuffing that hole. Bring up 2nd and 9 for the Crusaders. Jake Reed, just a sophomore quarterback, hasn't thrown a pass since that interception. I think they got to throw one here. Excuse me, he had incomplete on the last possession, but since then they're trying to establish a run and haven't done a very good job. They're looking for the bubble screen. And Kobe Scott, oh, that might be a penalty. Rhett Vaughn got in there late. Good tackle by Kobe Scott.
I mean, that's one of those plays there you really can't do nothing about. I mean, he's coming in full blast there, not really thinking the guy's down, and puts a pop on him, so I'm sure he'll get a little come on, man, from Coach Bell over there. Yeah. Crusaders will get a free 15 here, free first down. And
trying to see, I didn't recognize who finished the play off before Rhett got the late hit, but it was one of the linebackers, either Keller Howard or Lane Spalding. But they punished the running back just as well. Lane Spalding leading the team in tackles.
Some kind of timeout right here. Milner's going off the field for.
They're going to raise the roof, the official is.
They're telling him to pull his jersey over his shoulder pads there.
First down for the Crusaders at the 41. Come in with a tight end now. Send a receiver in motion. Trips to the left. Handoff to the left. And again, Dom Jackson able to get off his block.
Cleaning up the middle.
Christian Mills only able to pick up 2 on that play. Milner back in the game. Like it might have been blood.
Yeah, had a little blood there on the arm. They wiped it off. Put a little I'd really call that pre-wrap back in the day.
Yeah, it's a little stretchy tape now. Don't have much pre-wrap anymore. Baylor Haynes got in on that play. Baylor's had a pretty good season so far at his defensive end position. Sophomore Warrior. 2nd down and 8 for the Crusaders. Reed takes the snap. He's looking for the screen, and it was blown up, swatted away by Milner. We got 3rd down.
3rd down and 8, Crusaders.
I'll tell you what, they're running the pass play. They better get off quick, because that's almost every pass play tonight. Milner's been up in his face, so
yeah,
better get it off quick.
Warriors have been in the backfield of CHA all night. Really haven't had much time to do anything. And it's still 6:47 to go in the 1st quarter. Reed rolling to the left, throwing to the left, and he is tackled and pushed out of bounds. Looked like Hendricks and Holland there to meet Hill, push him out of bounds, be 4th down and 5.
Crusaders showing a little life there. Little short pop pass, was able to complete it. Pick up about 5 here, make this 4th down manageable, being down 21-0. Looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down, so see what they bring to the table.
This is likely the last game for CHA. I believe they're 5th or 6th in our district. Purcell and CCS. And
that's
Kyle,
not what you want to do right there.
We're sitting right next to the coaches in the booth, and the first thing that one of the coaches said was when it's 4th and 4 is that don't give them a free 5.
Yeah.
Exactly what happened. It'll be the 2nd first down of the evening for CHA, and the first time in Washington territory.
Looking like they were bringing a little pressure there on the edge. Had one of their linebackers up on the line of scrimmage, just try to jump the snap a little too soon and give him a freebie.
Reed brings his troops to the line. Sends Hill in motion. Handoff.
Absolutely blown up.
Goes to Mills.
Right-hand side to 9, Christian Mills.
Looked like Reed was carrying out that handoff pretty good, so that might be something that you watch out for as the game goes on with that quarterback keeper on that zone read. 1 yard loss, though. Bring up 2nd and 11 for the Crusaders. We're outdoors tonight.
A little chilly. I will. You're tucked back up under this awning here.
I'm also hitting
I see why you put me to the side here. I'm catching the wind full blast.
Hitting behind you, you're a pretty good windbreaker, Kyle.
What you trying to say, man?
Reed takes snaps, looking to the right. That's caught around the 50-yard line, but tackled out of bounds by Kobe Scott. Maybe a yard loss on the play, or no gain. Be 3rd and 11 from the 49-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of people don't realize Kobe Scott's a pretty good-sized human being. He's a big boy. He wrapped him around the arms right there, pretty much bear hugged him and took him down pretty quick. So, not one of those guys you want to meet face to face.
3rd and 11. Kyle, you also forgot to mention I got these hand warmers that my wife so graciously provided for all of us.
Thanks for sending some of those for me, Nicole.
3rd and 11. Crusaders taking their time to get the call from the coaching staff. Looks like they might call a timeout.
Yeah, take her to breakfast in the morning, TJ.
I might need to. Timeout on the field. 5:35 to go in the 1st quarter. Warriors lead 21-0. Back after the break.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Welcome back to Crusader Field. TJ Scholes here with Kyle Harris, Jesse Carey, and Evan Madden manning the camera.
Tell you what, watch for a Milner sack right here.
Reed takes the snap, looking left. Intercepted! Jamison Holland, another interception. Number 4 on the season. Broke well in that play and give the Warriors the ball at about the 33-yard line. Good job by Jamison Holland, collecting his team-leading 4th interception on the season.
Yeah, he was behind the guy, threw into double coverage and slipped around the front there and picked that off. So, heck of a play, number 4 on the year for Holland. And Washington up 21-0 with 5:30 to go here in the first.
What do you think?
1st and 10.
Cole Scott hadn't got a touch yet. You think he gets here in a motion play?
Empty back. We're going to see.
And they fake it again. They're looking for Lane Steele in the slot screen, and he's able to drag a defender.
That play right there was kind of thrown off a little bit with the bad snap. It kind of messed up the timing and everything. Lane still open over right there over the coming out of the slot. Was open, hit him. Was able to pick up a manageable 8 yards here, bringing out 2nd and 2.
Like the Warriors trying different things here to give other teams more film to have to scout and prepare for. Cantrell looking right, looking left, now looking back left. All the time in the world.
Just run it, big boy.
Looking to throw it deep now. And off the hands of Kobe Scott. Kyle, you might be right. He might have had time to run it. I got to look who number 60 is for the Warriors.
That's the deal.
Wyatt McCauley. Wyatt McCauley did a nice little takedown on one of the linemen. Threw him down and just watched him. I think every lineman for the Warriors won their battle there.
You'll talk to him and say, hey, I know you got all the time in the day back there, but you're one of the quickest kids on the team. Tuck that dude and get you a couple rushing yards right there.
3rd and short for the Warriors. Cantrell bobbles a snap. Cole Scott able to pick it up.
Recovered by the Warriors.
Snaps to the side of Cantrell. What do you think, Kyle? 4th and 5?
Yeah. Well, they're going to go for it here. Really haven't shown us stopping. Major getting a little ahead of himself right there. That wasn't really too bad of a snap. Just trying to be too quick with it and kind of bobbled it.
And still in motion on the jet. Looked like they might have been trying to get some free yards on that play. Timeout. We'll take one with them. Warriors lead 21-0. You're watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant.
Welcome back to Crusader Field. TJ Scholes here with Kyle Harris. Big 4th down play coming up for the Warrior offense. 4th and 6 from their own 43-yard line.
We got Cage in there. Cage Morris, look for him to get a touch right here, right over the middle.
Cantrell looking right. Throws it to Luke Hendrick. Oh, my. Looked like he was trying to run before he caught the ball. He only had one guy to make a move and beat.
That's one of them you got to have on 4th down. Wide open, hit you right in the hands. You got to look that one in. Help Mr. Cantrell out there on his completion percentage.
Bring up turnover on downs for the Crusaders. Now they have their best field position of the evening inside the Washington 4-yard line, about the 37. See if the Crusaders are able to take advantage. Jackson Hendricks now in at the safety spot. Handoff's going to stretch the outside.
Handoff number 9, Christian Mills, brought down
by Rhett Vaughn.
Is that Milner or Vaughn?
Vaughn, number 6, right? Yep. Vaughn, Milner's in there as well. Loss of a lot of yards, 7 yards on the play, bring up 2nd and 17.
Milner did a great job of stretching that one right there. The defensive end, that's what you want your guys to do, stretch to the outside, turn it back in, and like you said, Vaughn right there, as soon as it turned back in, to scoop that one up.
Warriors do a great job of pursuing towards the football once the play is recognized. That's how you keep teams from averaging over 10 points a game. 3 receivers to the right. Reed's looking to the right, and it's thrown right to, looks like Rhett Vaughn, and he picks it off. Gives the Warrior offense the ball back again, this time at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, 2 plays right there. Crusaders with their best field position tonight, like you said, and Rhett Vaughn with the tackle before, and then coming up with the INT right there. Turn the ball over and get it back in Washington's hands.
Rhett earlier in the year had a pick 6 against Holdenville, showing off his hands at that linebacker position. Saying, Coach, put me in a receiver, I'll catch it.
Tell you what, I go back to Hendricks right here. You drop that last one on 4th down, get a shot to redeem yourself right here on 1st.
And Trell sends Scott in motion to the backfield. Hands it off to him now. Big hole up the middle. He's going. He's going. He's gone. 48-yard touchdown run. Excuse me. Math is bad. 57-yard touchdown run by Cole Scott. His first carry of the evening ends up in a touchdown.
You had to see that one coming all night, TJ. They've been sitting back there dropping dimes. Cantrell been dropping dimes all night. Put Scott in motion. A little play action, a little draw play right there. Probably one of the biggest holes we've seen all year.
Hageman on for the extra point. It's up, and it's through the uprights. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Warriors lead 28-0. We're watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at
Welcome back to Crusader Field. TJ Schultz here with Kyle Harris out in the elements tonight. Warriors up 28-0 on the CHA Crusaders. Mason Thomas set to kick off for the Warriors. Back to receive our number 3, Eli Hill. Number 8, Nate Giants. High end over end kick goes to Eli Hill. He's trying to get to the outside. Cage Morris.
5-yard kickoff return.
Mason Singletary. Hudson Howard there. Bring him down. Second. God, the special teams have been pretty good this year.
Yeah.
Not a lot of big returns, and a lot of those guys are sophomores and freshmen.
Quick though, man.
Just using their athleticism.
I don't know how many times I've talked about this freshman and sophomore class. I've been looking forward to this sophomore class coming up for a long time. But man, there's a lot of speed out there. When you get the ability to get down the field that quick and kick the ball high like that little pooch kicks, and guys able to get down and cover it up. So they're looking good.
Reed hands it off to Mills. He tries to get to the left side. Maybe picks up a yard. Lane Spalding and Case Taylor in on the tackle. 2nd down and 9 for the Crusaders. 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Kyle, you were talking about on the break. A little different than the last couple weeks where kind of a running clock had been understood. We'll see if that happens tonight. Handoff again to Hill, and he is met by Jax Hendricks. Rhett Vaughn finishes the job. Nothing doing, a 2-yard loss. We got 3rd and 11. Mills unable to get going on the outside. Good job by the Warrior defense to track him down. Hendricks does a good job, Kyle, from that safety position, reading those run plays and coming in and stuffing them.
That's another guy with a lot of speed there. Good to have back there. Close in on a lot of plays and make a lot of things happen for this Warrior D.
We're starting to mix in some subs. Number 52 in there. Easton Berglund now playing some linebacker.
Center getting a timeout here.
Yeah, the Crusaders didn't like what they saw, trying to get something drawn up, get a first down. We'll take a timeout with them. Warriors lead 28-0.
Dieselhorse Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorse works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorse Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorse get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email.
3rd down and 11 for the Crusaders. They're looking to throw the swing pass again, and there's nothing there. Jax Hendricks and Kobe Scott blow that up.
I'll tell you what, man.
Who came in there? Was that Reese Stevens that blew that up?
Hendricks, yeah. Reese blew it up, and then Hendricks came in and closed it out. I'm sorry, but you're going to stack 3 guys down here and try to throw a screen pass. It's going to get absolutely blown up every time.
It was on the short side of the field, too, and there was just a bunch of guys there. Someone came flying in to take out the blocker, and it opened up Kobe Scott and Jax Hendricks. Warriors in a safe formation on this 4th and 9 punt attempt. Looks like the Crusaders are going to try to run this clock down as much as possible. Line drive punt. Thing still has to get out of the way before it hits him in the head. And it rolls out of bounds inside Crusader territory. The Warriors will take over at the CHA 47-yard line. 31 seconds left in the quarter.
TJ, what's Washington? My stat sheet obviously blew off down there in the stands. Somebody's getting some good reading material down there. Little Washington stat action for them, but what's Warriors coming in? Points per game on the year.
Points per game? Let's get to that here in a second. That last touchdown, though, by Cole Scott put him up over 1,100 yards rushing for the season. The Warriors are averaging around 48 points a game and only giving up 8. 40-point spread. Pretty safe to get victories. Cantrell looking to pass, get a little pressure. They got a screen pass set up for Kobe Scott. He stiff arms a guy. Now the 40 spin moves and gets blown up. Tackled by number 33 for the Crusaders is Bryce Graham. Just a yard short of the first down, bring up 2nd and 1.
You got to enjoy that, Cantrell. That ball was thrown just a little bit high, but when you got a guy 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", whatever they got him listed at.
He's about 6'4".
I don't know, 6'4". He can go up and get that ball.
He'll tell you he's 6'5", but he's about 6'4".
He's trying to pad them.
He's a basketball guy. He's a basketball guy, so you know how basketball guys are. Always give a couple inches to themselves.
Speaking of basketball, let's just keep it here, man. We're, like you said earlier, we're rolling into basketball season. Got a lot of these freshman guys that are coming out. They kind of do split time during the week, a little football, and coming to basketball. Had your first scrimmage yesterday against CCS.
Yeah, the Warriors did a good job. Had a good crowd support too. A lot of guys came out and watched the 2021 version. Part of the 2021 version of the Warriors. We got some guys in football still, but we're able to get a lot of guys in there and get some playing time. And it's good to go against someone else other than yourself. It's kind of getting chippy, Kyle, in practice. You played a little bit of basketball back in the day.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say I played. I was on the team. I had some minutes, but I don't know if I'd call it playing.
But they're kind of getting leading up to these scrimmages last week. Let's just say we had two instances last week where I had to basically calm them down a little bit, remind them that we're all on the same team. So it's good to go against somebody else and take our anger out against them. 2nd and 1 for the Warriors. Steele goes in motion. They hand it off to Steele up the middle, bounces it to the outside. He's got one guy to beat, and he gets slung out of bounds by number 7, Cooper Kennedy.
A little slow to get up, too. That's kind of got slung down there pretty hard. But like you said, Lane trying to get into that Air Force Academy. He's going to pop right back up.
Big gain on the play makes it a 1st down and 10 from the Crusader 13-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 13-yard line.
Check. We got a new receiver in there. Or is that Cade Norman? That's Cade Norman in the slot. He handed up off the middle. It's time to Rhett Vaughn, it looks like. I'm trying to push the pile.
Handoff up the middle, tackled by a host of Crusaders. Right
about a 2-yard gain. Bring up 2nd and 8.
That's a little different look. That play before, we haven't really seen that kind of little play action to Kobe. And then Lane coming out the slot, back over the middle, took it up the middle and was able to bounce that one out. So
first time we've seen, that's first handoff Lane is taken up the middle. Most of his handoffs are coming off the jet sweep. Handoff, run the option with Major Cantrell and Cade Norman. Cantrell fakes the pitch a couple times and is able to get close to the 1st down. See where the spot is. Looks like it could be a bit short. But it is, the Warriors are putting a lot of different things out there that we haven't seen this year. But usually, you got to think that's because of the playoffs coming and people watching film. Now they're going under center. And they hand it off to Rhett Vaughn up the middle, and he's tackled, but he's going to get the 1st down. Another thing you got to notice, Kyle, this is the first time I've seen this tonight. I don't know if this was just for that play, but
Rhett back there?
No, Caleb Bruce is at center.
Yep.
They got Easton Berglund on the right, at the right tackle position. He had been the center, so.
Like you said, I really didn't catch that, but like you said, that's really one of the first times all year that we've been under center. Usually we go out of the gun, and a little different look. Berglund's been doing a good job. Gotten a lot better as the years progressed, getting the snaps on time and right in the hands of Major.
This time again, handoff goes to Vaughn up the middle. To be short of the goal line. They'll bring up 2nd and goal from about the 1. Oh, check that. That was 4th and goal.
I was wondering here. We went a couple plays to Rhett. I'd imagine 4th and short here. We're going to see a little dose of the Cole Scott show here.
I thought they got the 1st down on the 3rd down play. Apparently they didn't, but they were able to pick it up on that play. Now they have Cole Scott.
I would be surprised if we go play action here.
Handoff goes to Cole Scott. He sticks it over the goal line. I don't know what took so long for the official to call that. 1-yard touchdown plunge for Cole Scott. Pushes the lead to 34-0.
I was wrong there. Wouldn't surprise me if we went a little zone read, little short pop pass over the middle there. But
well, you see it. I mean, it's crazy that the game.
Cole Scott got over 1,000 yards on the year. Might as well let him punch another one in.
It's crazy how the game has changed to the fact that you think that they might do that. You see that all the time in NFL and college football where they can't score from the 1-yard line. They're throwing fade passes to try to score. The Warrior offensive line is able to give Cole Scott enough room to punch that in. Hageman's extra point makes it 35-0. Watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
Adam at Squirtle.com right now for more information.
Hey, Warrior fans, this is Brian Arthur. My wife Jennifer and I are proud sponsors of the Washington Warriors and would like to wish all the Warriors and their coaches the best of luck this season. When you need a locally owned company that you can trust, look no further. For over 20 years, we have offered all of our customers the best products and services in the industry. Whether it's residential or commercial, we got you covered. Give us a call or visit our website.
Welcome back to Crusader Field. TJ Scholes here with Kyle Harris. Mason Thomas set the kick. Covered at the 20-yard line and brought down by Cole Beller. Hudson Howard. Nate Gines only able to pick up about 11 yards on the play, or on the return.
Cole Beller's got about another inch and a half, he'd be taller than Daddy.
Crusaders on the 31-yard line.
Cole Scott, 15th touchdown of the year.
That's pretty impressive.
After that, he's averaging 8 yards a carry coming into the night, but he's only had 2 carries tonight, 2 touchdowns, and about 58 yards rushing. Reed tries to get guys jump off sides and fumbles the snap, and just has to fall on it around the 20-yard line.
Probably good he did. He had Milner and Rhett Vaughn coming full speed there. Swooped that one up.
Warriors defense has scored a lot of touchdowns this year.
Just scoot over a little bit. Let me get behind this little man here and block this win.
I gave you some hand warmers, Kyle.
That's
Come
not
on
good
now.
enough.
I got like 10 of them. Put some in your hat. 2nd down and a mile for the Crusaders. The positive thing that happened on that play was the clock keeps running. Warriors shifting their defensive line front. Handoff goes to Mills, and he is met in the hole by Kellen Howard.
Number 9, Christian Mills.
And number 70, Dom Jackson. Dom Jackson again. One of those guys that you don't know if they know their own strength. Lane Spalding also there to make the tackle. 3rd down and 21 for the home team. Come in 2 tight ends and 2 receivers. Looking, throw it deep. Good coverage by Jamison Holland. Did a good job of shielding off the pass that was intended for Gines, and then using the sideline as an extra defender. Like Reed just threw that ball up in the air and hoped that his receiver can make a play, but can't do much. The ball's thrown out of bounds.
Textbook by Holland, like you said. That's what you teach your guys to do. Push it to the sidelines. That ball was overthrown a little bit. Can't ask for much more.
Dribbled snap. Gets the kicker eventually. Takes a Crusader bounce inside the 40-yard line. Will die around the 37-yard line.
Lane's being punt down to the 37-yard line.
See if the Warrior offense has drawn up on this possession. Only been stopped 1 time tonight, and that was on a 4th down play where receiver just couldn't catch the ball.
Yep. I'm sure Coach Miller's got some. He's got a lot in his back pocket. You really don't have to have nothing special. I mean, you're up 35-0 here. Just stick with the same textbook that you've been reading since play 1 and stick with it here. TJ, talk about halftime here. Got a little treat tonight. Halftime.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do this again. We had a guest last week, Jesse Carey and Dakota Barker with their halftime show. We'll get them on the mics again this halftime. Handoff goes to Cole Scott up the left side. They're going to catch a receiver from holding.
I think they're going to get Hendricks out there. Hendricks didn't really look like a hole, but had him sealed for quite some time.
I think, him or Holland. I think Holland, they might get Holland on there. Holland was hoping that Cole Scott would cut it back up because he had the inside leverage on the defender.
That's why in high school we need the refs to have mics. That was holding.
You like it when they're called out. Yeah. You like when the players get called out at the high school level.
Take responsibility for what you did, man.
How many times have you got called out?
I got called out every time.
4 receivers for the Warriors on a 1st and 20 play. Send Steele in motion. Hand it off to Cole Scott. Going to the left side again. And carrying some defenders with him. Is able to gain about 10 yards back on that play. Bring up 2nd and 10. Bryce Lamb in on the tackle for the Crusaders.
Number 3, Eli Hill.
Crusaders have had success in the past with their program. Bump up to 2A football has kind of been rough on them.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 Warriors.
They starting a young quarterback tonight. He's already thrown a couple interceptions, only a sophomore. A little bit of a rebuilding year for the Crusaders. 6:25 to go in the half. They're showing blitz. It's time to throw it to Kobe Scott in the flats. He's able to pick up a couple yards on the play. Not a lot doing. Good coverage there by the Crusaders. Keep that a minimal gain, 3rd and 5 here
Brings up 3rd down
for
and 5
the Warriors.
Who do you think we go to here? Got Holland, a little different set. Got Morris out. Got Holland in.
Hendricks in close. He's kind of been quiet lately. And they throw it to him. This time he reels it in, spins off a defender. Now cuts back. Brought down. Good gain for Luke Hendricks. Gives the Warriors a 1st down.
Great play call right there. You gotta trust in your guys, your speed you have on the edge. Get the ball out to him quick. Major, great pass right there. Hit him right in the hands, and when Hendricks was able to pick up about 5 yards, pick up the 1st down there. Washington still rolling on this drive.
Hendricks and all the receivers for the Warriors are dangerous. You have to give them a little bit of cushion so they can just turn around and take 5 steps and get a 1st down. Nice job by Cole Scott to make a defender miss in the backfield. He keeps his legs moving. They will pick up 12 and a 1st down for the Warriors.
Little sidestep right there. Had a guy coming to blow that up and absolutely sidestepped him. Got the no touch and was able to pick up probably about 10 there.
1st and 10 Warriors from the 35-yard line.
5:12 to go in the half. Warriors have the ball at the 35-yard line, looking to put on another touchdown. Cantrell barks out his orders to the offensive line. He sends Steele in motion on the jet. Now he twirls back, makes the handoff, looking deep. Pass is just underthrown. Good coverage there by number 7, Cooper Kimmery. Really wasn't open. Might have been just a good decision by Cantrell to throw that short.
That's what I was gonna give Major credit right there for seeing something that wasn't there, just throwing that ball short, taking the incompletion, and let's reset here on 2nd down.
This time Nate Roberts comes in. Looks like he's coming at the quarterback spot. This is interesting. 2nd and 10. And bring in the freshman quarterback. Wonder if his arm's getting loose on the side there. Hand it off to Cole Scott. He's trying to get outside. Stiff arms the guy. Now he's got room to run.
Ooh. Not sure who took that hit there.
I know, number 80. Caleb Gideon tackles Cole Scott around the out of bounds line, but he's able to pick up the 1st down, and now they, I wonder why they, I guess maybe he probably could have kept that. Nate had a pretty good hole at the middle. Now Major Cantrell's back into the game. Maybe something happened with Cantrell. He had to get quick fixed. Send Jamison Holland in motion, run him on the sweep. Makes a guy miss. Now he's looking to get in the end zone. Stands man up. Now he's down to the 5. Good hard running by the senior receiver and defensive back. Gives it a 1st down and goal for the Warriors.
Good running, good blocking. That play right there started with blocking Cole Scott coming out of the backfield. Met a guy head on right there at the line of scrimmage, and then had Hendricks up top there by the goal line, was able to seal off a guy and get down, bring up about 1st and goal from the 6 right here for Washington.
4 minutes to go in the half. Steele in motion again. Hand off to Cole Scott. He is tackled right around the 2-yard line by number 33, Bryce Graham. We got 2nd and goal.
Eating up a little clock here. This game started out pretty slow, TJ. A lot of passing on both sides.
We're not used to it last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Had a run of clock last week, and we was out of there by about 8:30. It's going to be 8:30 by the time this half's over.
3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the half. This time they bring Nate Roberts back in. High snap, is able to corral it. Fakes the zone read and is tackled
right down the backfield by number 54
at the 9-yard line.
That's one good thing about Nate Roberts, freshman. He's just about a head taller than Major. Was able to. That ball could have went over Major's head if he was in there.
It's almost like they're bringing him in on some running packages, giving him the option. That time that high snap affected the timing of the play. Bring up 3rd down and goal. Give Cantrell a little more room to pass on this play. Looking for Luke Hendricks.
Ooh.
Almost intercepted. good coverage there.
Yeah, he tried to thread that one right there. Double coverage over the middle. They, like you said, give it up to CHA. They had great coverage over the middle. Major tried to thread that one in there, and he's lucky that one didn't get picked.
Kyle, we have our first field goal attempt of the year. Game 10.
He got to be well prepared. I told you that last week. I don't care if he's getting any kicks in practice. He's getting plenty in the games. He got to be well-oiled machine here. Be ready for some kicks.
Had 26-yard field goal attempt. Jackson Hendricks gets a snap. Hegeman.
He's got it.
End-over-end kick, and it's good. 26-yard good. That looked good from 36, Kyle. 3 more points go on the board for the Warriors, and they lead 38-0. You're watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
B&H Construction is a proud Warrior partner. They are the leading directional drilling contractor with major operational hubs all over Oklahoma and in Texas. Their involvement in and support of our community goes far beyond utility construction. They're also a good neighbor and friend. When experience and safety count, your best source for directional drilling is B&H Construction. Go Warriors!
Darren Beller and Jason Hendricks, owners of Air Product Supply in Goldsview, are proud to sponsor the Washington Warriors on Squirtle for the 2021 season. APS is the regional distributor of Climate Master geothermal heat and air equipment and Lux Air and Oxbox as well. If you are looking for a local heat and air service company, call us at 405-288-0233 and we can put you in contact with the local professional heat and air company. All the employees of APS want to wish Coach Brad Beller and the rest of the Warriors and coaching staff the best of luck this football season. Go Warriors!
Welcome back to Crusader Field. Mason Thomas set the kick. Hill and Gines back to recover it. Gines gets it at the 25 and is brought down by Cole Beller. 6-yard return. Gives the Crusaders the ball at the 31-yard line.
Going back to what we were talking about there, our speed on special teams. Just noticed that there, our wave of guys is past the first level by the time he catches it. There's not much time to catch that and run. Good job of guys closing in right there.
.2:30 to go in the half.
Crusaders from 31-yard line.
Crusaders come out with a receiver on each end. Handoff goes to Mills, looking for room to run. Tracked down by Hayden Milner. It looks like Hayden Milner's shoulders keep getting wider every game.
Yeah.
He's going to end up looking like that.
He's going to end up looking like his dad. His dad is an absolute monster.
He's going to look like that defensive end that used to play for Baylor before this season's over. 2-yard loss makes it 2nd and 12 for the Crusaders.
His dad might be getting a little hyped tonight. He's had, I don't know how many tackles he's had tonight, but it's been a bunch. He may be on the top rung of that chain link over there.
Reed's looking left. Good coverage there by Lane Steele, step for step. Intended for Nate Gines. Lane Steele. Got to give credit to Lane for not. He could have put his hands on that receiver and grabbed him, whatever, but he just stayed right by him.
Good
step
coverage.
for step. Watch the ball go past the receiver's hands.
That's another thing, too, I was going to say there. They gave Milner a shot on the quarterback there. That guy had a hold of his jersey, dragging him down and raised that forearm up and laid a shot in there. Maybe could have taken a rough in the passer there, but a little hold and neglected that.
3rd and 12 for the Crusaders. Send Hill in motion. Reed rolls to the left, throws to the left. Pass is complete, but Lane Spalding, Keller Howard, and Reese Stevens there to tackle Kai Davis. Only allow about 4 yards on the play and bring up 4th down for the Crusaders with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go
6-yard gain on the play brings up
in the half.
I'm not sure. You're to a point now where I'm not sure they're going to punt here. They may take this down and go for it.
I don't know. I would probably take it down and then punt. 17 seconds on the play clock. And maybe you'll be lucky enough to keep the Warriors from scoring another touchdown in this half. They are coming out like they're going to go for it. There's 5 seconds to go on the play clock, though. And they are looking to pass it. Pressure can, and it's loose. Refs didn't blow it dead, and now they do.
Why are they calling that ball dead?
Not sure. Nate Roberts in on the pressure to knock the ball loose, but they said the quarterback's hand was going forward, and it's going to be incomplete. Now there's 38 seconds left, and the Warriors are in good position to put more points on the board before the end of the half.
Might have been a sympathy call there because Nate knocked that ball out well before his hand was going forward.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm Crusaders. I might have, obviously it's 4th down, but you're probably not going to get a chance to score, even if you get that completed.
Oh, I promise you, I don't know.
Now
I highly doubt Brad's going to take a knee right here.
Yeah, now you're giving the Warriors.
Especially after going for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
You ain't going to down
You're
that.
be able to score pretty quick as it is, but.
10 seconds? Have an over-under here?
Yeah. 1, 2 plays. Cantrell sends Morris in motion. They hand it to him on the jet sweep. Good block by Cole Scott. Tries to stretch it to the outside and does, and is out of bounds inside the 20. See where the official marks him. They say he stepped out right at the 21-yard line. It is good for a 1st down. It only took 8 seconds off the play, or off the game clock. 30 seconds left to go with the 1st down from the 21-yard line.
Yeah, great play call. Morris been one of the guys that really hadn't had a touch tonight, giving the jet sweep over the middle. We've seen that before this year. Was able to pick up pretty good yardage there on 1st down, and like you said, only take 8 seconds off the clock.
Look for Kobe Scott here. They've been working with him on some tight end routes this week.
One-on-one down here.
They hand it off to Cole Scott. Up the middle, and it was well defended by the Crusaders. You got to wonder if that's 2 straight runs. They might be waiting for the last play. I don't know. They're moving quick. Now here they come.
I was wrong there. I said Luke one-on-one. That was Lane down here.
9 seconds to go. Now they hand it off again.
Big
Cole Scott's
hole.
on the run. Touchdown Warriors! 19-yard touchdown run by Cole Scott. Good blocking by Kobe Scott. That tight end position to spring him free.
3 seconds left on the clock.
Kyle, they were just, I think they might have been just trying to be nice there with 3 straight runs, but can't expect the kid to stop running once the Red Sea parts. 44-0 for the Warriors. Hegman in for the extra point. It's through the uprights. Good.
Dodge taking a beating back there tonight.
Warriors lead 45-0. Watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
It's no secret Pioneer Cellular cares about the students of our communities because we're in your communities with more retail locations than any other carrier in Western Oklahoma. It's no secret that we provide opportunities for students to learn remotely with distance learning plans and MiFi devices. We also help these schools live stream their games so family members across the country don't miss the action. We sponsor schools and colleges because your children deserve the best. Pioneer Cellular. It's no secret.
Welcome back to Crusader Field in Del City, Oklahoma. TJ Scholes here with Kyle Harris on a nice, balmy,
a little chilly,
45-degree evening.
You're pushing it there, buddy.
Warriors tack on a touchdown right before the half. Another Cole Scott touchdown, his 3rd of the evening, making it 45-0.
You're no Mike Morgan. I promise you it's not 45 degrees out here. If it is, that wind chill is about -20.
-20. 3 seconds to go in the half. Thomas just squibs it. Covered by an up man, and he is brought down by a host of Warriors. Mason Thomas gets in at the end, but led there first by Hudson Howard and Cole Beller again. Mason Singletary and Case Taylor there. When we come back from the break, we'll have Jesse Carey and Dakota Barker with their halftime show. You're watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Welcome back to Crusader Field. I'm Jesse Carey, joined with Dakota Barker here for a halftime show. And what a first half.
Yeah, I mean, starting off the game with the touchdown pass, then getting an interception is what we need to start this game off right. Get the score to 45-0 second half.
You know, Majors made some impressive throws, but his receivers have done impressive things for him, you know, breaking tackles and just keeping plays alive and getting find the end zone.
The yards after contact on this game is what's really bringing this game apart from others.
I thought Cole Scott did some tough running this half, and, you know, evidently on the scoreboard, you know, Warriors are up, they're up good, and they're up nice, and, you know, it's been a good game if you're a Warrior fan.
Yes, at times it looked like Scott was going to be down in the backfield, but he never was. One time even running for a first down, a great first down, and it's 45-0, start of the second half.
And, you know, OU coming off, you know, beating Texas Tech 52-21. That was a good game.
That was a huge game coming off that close game to Kansas, just to show that we're not who we showed we are.
And they have a bye this week. They won't be playing anybody, right?
Yes, sir.
OSU is they're gonna be playing West Virginia, and Baylor's gonna be playing TCU. You know, we look at those three teams. You know, OU 9-0, OSU 7-1, Baylor 7-1. Those are the three teams we're looking at. Who's gonna be fighting for the Big 12 title at the end of things this year?
Yeah, for sure. And OU has Baylor, Iowa State, and OSU to end the season, and that's definitely going to decide who it is playing ultimately OU in the Big 12 championship.
For sure. And, you know, we see these teams, OU, Baylor, and OSU, you know, they're probably going to be the teams, like I said. And, you know, OU can afford to lose a few games and still end up in the championship. You know, OSU and Baylor, it's week to week if they want to make it at this point for these teams.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can see a one-loss OU team with a conference championship making it to the 4th seed, maybe. However, I do not see anybody else in the Big 12 winning the Big 12 with one loss and making the playoffs.
No, I'm talking about the just Big 12 championship.
Big 12 championship,
for sure. Teams, you know. But let's look at the college football rankings. You know, you think about kind of controversial here. You know, Georgia 8-0. You know, number one, clearly I think the best team in the nation this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, and then we have OU at number 8 this week.
And that's pretty controversial.
Yeah, it really is. Especially coming after the win at Texas Tech, showing that we are who we say we are. Them punishing us in the rankings.
And, you know, Alabama lost to a Texas A&M team that's not that good. And, you know, see how high they're ranked. And, you know, they have a loss on their record. And, you know, it's pretty tough to see. And I think Georgia's the team. I think we said it last week as well. Georgia's going to be the team to beat. And, you know, we'll see after it all plays out.
You know what sets them different than most of the teams in college football is their defense. That's not a huge thing in college football. But if you look at Georgia scores, it's not a close game every week. It's a big score to 7-3-0. So you never know with them, but they're a strong defense.
Yeah, they'll be the team to beat. And looking at the NFL, you see a lot of top-heavy teams and a lot of bottom teams this year for some reason. We see in the NFC, the Cardinals 7-1. You know, Kyler Murray having an MVP-like year. The Buccaneers, you know, defending champs 6-2 with Tom Brady. The Rams 7-1. You know, Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford, and the gang, and they're playing amazing. And the AFC, you have the Bills are 6-2, and you know, if Josh Allen doesn't slip, you know, they could be, you know, 7-1.
And it's kind of funny. The team ESPN has coming out of the AFC for the Super Bowl is the Bills, but the number 2 is the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 4-4 right now, and 3rd in their division. But they also have them winning their division.
Yeah. I think looking at the AFC, I really like the Rams. You know, this coming from a Cardinals guy. I really like the Rams. I think Cooper Kupp is doing some amazing things for LA, and it's going to be an interesting NFC matchup for sure. But looking at the AFC, Dakota, I don't see it.
I can for sure see the NFC winning the Super Bowl this year.
You know, the Titans, Derrick Henry out for, you know, how long he's going to be out. It's going to be a while. And I trust Ryan Tannehill to make some plays, especially late in games, but I don't know if they can keep, you know, the streak up, them winning, you know, every week or so. And the Raiders, Derek Carr is amazing, but he can only do so much for this organization.
Yeah, for sure. And the Rams picked up Von Miller this week at the trade deadline. A last-minute trade deal that ultimately is going to hurt the Broncos and really help the Rams and the Chiefs, because the Broncos don't have anybody now.
And you see the Rams, their pass rush, you know, Aaron Donald, arguably the best, you know, player in football at the moment, and they're adding a pass rusher to that. And, you know, we see teams triple team. Sometimes they put 4 guys on Aaron Donald. That's just the type of player he is. And, you know, now they're adding Von Miller, Super Bowl MVP.
Now you can't pay attention all the time to Aaron Donald, because you have Von Miller on the other side coming off, and if you don't block him or at least chip him, he's going to leave you in pain in the backfield.
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about the Ravens a little bit. You know, kind of had a rough start. You know, every single player on their running back, on their team got hurt. You know, they didn't have a guy. You know, Lamar overcame that, and you know, now guys are coming back healthier. They're 5-2. Lamar's been playing out of his mind. You know, I think he's, you know, look at his MVP season. You know, he's playing a lot better then. They're playing a lot better now than he was then. And that just goes to show how talented this guy is. And I'm excited to see what the Ravens can do, but they haven't had the playoff success. Lamar's first 2 years in the league, they lost to the Titans both times. Last year, they beat, I forgot who they played, but they got to the second round of the playoffs. That's a step we haven't seen from Lamar, and we'll see if they can take another step.
And Lamar and the Ravens like to get to the playoffs. It's not hard for them to get to the playoffs. They don't win in the playoffs. That's what's going to hurt them come January, February time.
You know, you look at the legacy Joe Flacco left that Lamar has to deal with. You know, Joe Flacco was a Super Bowl champion. He could win big games. You know, he wasn't the best in big moments, but he would win. And Lamar has to live up to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Flacco wasn't really a running quarterback at all. He could run, but he was more of a accuracy passer. He wasn't a runner like Lamar Jackson is. So
yeah, Lamar's so talented. You know, talking about guys who can, you know, do both. You know, we look at guys like Kyler Murray. You know, we can look at guys like Josh Allen, and you know, the NFL is just going to that type of player, the player that can, you know, throw the ball, run with it if he needs to, get out of the pocket, get out of trouble. And, you know, even if you look at guys like Baker Mayfield, you know, he doesn't take off and run, but he can move around the pocket and not get hit.
And he's a big dude. He is physical, and if you try to hit him, he's going to hit you. So, but yeah, the quarterbacks that just stay in the pocket and throw, like Manning or Montana or any of those greats, they're dead. Like, that QB is dead. There's no more pocket passing. It's more of a let's be able to scramble and run the ball.
Yeah, if you're not mobile, you almost put your team at risk. Like, if you see what Big Ben's been doing last few years, at Pittsburgh, and we all love Big Ben. He's a legend, one of the all-time greats. But it kind of hurts his team when he can't move, especially if you watch the AFC. The divisional round last year against the Browns. The Browns just were all over him, made him throw 4 interceptions. Just he couldn't move out of the pocket, and it was a problem. Like, if you remember the Colts and Phillip Rivers last year when the Colts played the Bills, it was a mess. Phillip Rivers was stuck in the pocket; he couldn't do anything, and the Bills' D-line was all over.
And they knew what they were getting when they traded for him, or they got him, because that's exactly what he did with the Chargers. Was he would just stay in the pocket. So.
And the Browns released OBJ today.
Yeah. OBJ and Baker's relationship just started falling apart this year, and there was nothing gonna fix it.
No, last year when OBJ got hurt, Baker went on a run. Last 8 or so games, he threw 20 touchdown passes and just 1 interception, and that was the most impressive thing that Baker did. Last year for me, when OBJ got hurt, he stepped up. And when OBJ is on the field, I think Baker kind of goes, okay, he's a great playmaker. Let me get him the ball instead of, let me get someone who's open and for them to make me a play.
Yeah, Baker starts spreading the ball around a lot more when Beckham isn't in there. And I feel like that's because Beckham is like, I am your best wide receiver if you don't throw the ball to me. Kind of like I can see Rattler doing.
Yeah. And talk about Baker having great numbers. Let's bring it back to Oklahoma. Caleb Williams, at the limited time we've seen him, has 14 passing touchdowns, just 1 interception. And that's very impressive to me.
Yeah, I saw him. Some people were ranking him second in the Heisman rankings. We've only seen 2.5 games from him.
And finally, we have
to go with that 14 passing touchdowns, he has 4 rushing. To me, this kid is so talented. And, he might have a good year next year and say, hey, my chances at the NFL are there, I'm going to take them. But if we could keep this kid and develop him for maybe 2-3 more years, I think he could be a special talent that you don't see very often.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like he's more of a mix between Baker and Murray. He can run it, but he's also physical when he runs it. Like, he'll run over you.
That's something, when he took over against Texas, that's something that I saw. I saw players playing harder than they were under with Rattler. With Rattler, they were, like, going through the motions. When Caleb stepped in and he started running over people and, hitting people in the shoulder and just trying to get the extra yard, for me, that really showed something to these players because they started stepping up and said, okay, he's leading by example. I'm going to follow him.
I'll tell you, when I started liking Williams was when he hands the ball off for Texas. He turns around and throws a block and is one of the leading blockers for their runner who ends up running for a touchdown. So that just shows how physical he is, and he's willing to give up his body for his team.
And we saw Baker do that a lot, and I'm happy to see Caleb do that. And Rattler, I think he's handling it well. The reports are in the Oklahoma training staff that he's going to get out. Like that's the saying around Norman right now. He's going to get out, and probably as he should, he'd go start. Most colleges in America. I think I've liked how he handled it. I don't. He's not going crazy, being a bad teammate about anything. He's taking it well. I'm happy to see that.
And he's still standing around talking, helping Caleb Williams on the sidelines. They'll show him, and he's helping Williams. And he's became more of a teammate to Williams, and so he's really handling this really well, I feel like. But it's definitely better for his career that he gets out of Oklahoma.
And Dakota, what did you want to talk about the Thunder?
Oh, the Thunder not off to a great start this season, but able to upset the Los Angeles Lakers. Russell coming back to OKC, getting 107-104 the final score.
And with this OKC team, the future this team has, especially with the amount of picks they have, so many young, talented playmakers. And I think this Thunder team, if they can pick it up, they can be a team that fights for that 8th seed, if not this year, 100% next year. And I'm excited to see what this young team can do.
For sure, absolutely. I can absolutely see them fighting for that 8th seed, if not higher, next year. I'm not sure about this year, but I feel like if they can get on a hot streak, they can for sure get there this year.
And looking at the NBA, it's a bit weird. Teams that were winning last year, late, even making good playoffs runs, kind of struggling out the gate this year.
For sure. And like the Nuggets, they were doing pretty good, and then all of a sudden they're 4-4.
And I don't know what it is, with the NFL. A lot of the teams that were good last year, they kind of have a rough start this year. And with the NBA, I feel the exact same way. And looking at the Lakers start, it's not very appealing if you're a Lakers fan.
I've said this and I'll say it again. 2021 is not a good year for sports. You see college football, and Cincinnati's ranked in the top 10. Where are we? And then we have football where everybody's losing. Can't you see Chiefs at 4-4? This is not a good year for
football. I think everyone is excited that the Chiefs are losing, except you, Dakota. I'm happy to see them take a loss or few.
I'm pretty sure it is just me, but I'm fine with it just being me, man.
What do you make of the Clippers keeping it around L.A.?
I like it.
We've seen them now with this, this group of Kawhi and Paul George for the last 2 years, and it hasn't had the success that they've wanted. Paul George leaving OKC to join Kawhi Leonard in LA. Kawhi was coming off a championship run with Toronto after they beat the Warriors, and they haven't got it done. And they surround this team with a bunch of veterans. They're not getting younger; they're getting older. And Paul George is going to be 31, Dakota. This team's running out of time, and they're not. I don't think they're getting anywhere.
No, for sure. And you see the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're sitting here, and they are a young team with these young prospects and these picks. And then you have the Clippers, who they're an old team. That's just the facts to it. And I don't see them going anywhere soon.
And I think the Chicago Bulls, they're off to a pretty good start. I think they won their first 4 games in a row. We see Lonzo Ball went there, and Alex Caruso went there. Kyle Lowry went there. A lot of talent on this team. DeMar DeRozan went there. Got the wrong former Raptor on that one. And it's their young team. I think they're pretty excited to watch.
Yeah, for sure. I can see them being a great team to watch, a fun team to watch. They're not even just a good record. They're a fun team to watch, those players.
And that's been the conclusion of the halftime show with me and Dakota Barker. And we'll see if the Warriors can finish this game. It might be pretty hard for them, but I'm going to cut to commercial.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Welcome back to Crusader Field. We hope you guys enjoyed the halftime show brought to you by Jesse Carey and Dakota Barker, a couple of young, knowledgeable sports fiends at Washington High School, providing some entertainment and some information from all fields of sports for you guys. Warriors lead 45-0. Got Kyle Harris here with some stats from his father, Bob. What we got, Kyle?
We'll start out Washington tonight. TJ, total 368 yards total offense there in the first half.
First half?
Pretty impressive. 168 rushing, 200 passing. Big night for Major, sitting back there dropping dimes all night. 13 first downs, 3 penalties for 30 yards, and a total of 29 plays there in the first half. Flip it over to CHA on the other side. TJ, you're going to like this. rushing, negative 14 yards for CHA on the night.
Go
Passing, 13 yards. So what total is that for the first half?
Negative something.
Negative 1. We talked about that. This defense holding teams to negative yards. That's big tonight for this Washington D. Negative 1 yards. That's definitely going to pad those stats a little bit on the team defensive side. 2 first downs on the night for CHA. No penalties. And 24 total plays there in the first half. So big night. Another big night. Big start for Washington, man. 300 plus there. And that's getting off to a good start.
Kyle, I'd like to go back and look and see what the scores are at halftime of the games. We've been held in check one game. That was the CCS game where we won 13-10. But I'd be curious to see how many of these, are averaging 48 a game. I wonder how close to 48 we are after 2 quarters.
Yeah, how many of those points were scored on the second and third team coming in the ball game after the first team got off the field?
Yeah, when we've only given up 8 all year.
I'd probably say maybe
10 for sure. CCS was a full game for our varsity, and and early on in the season, the Warriors defense took a while to get the feel of the offense of the other team. I believe in three of the first 4 games of the teams were able to drive down the field and score on their first possession. But other than that, it's been tough sledding for opposing teams' offenses. It's only going to kick up, though, with the start of playoffs happening next week. I believe the Warriors are in line to play the Lindsay Leopards again.
Lindsay, unless is it the Davis game?
Right.
Davis game, they might throw a wrench in that, but Warriors probably looking to have their sights set on Lindsay first round. Second round is setting up to be Jones. That's
Jones or Prague. We sat in the parking lot last week as we were dropping off our cameramen and watched the end of the Jones-Prague game, and it came down to, it was a shootout, 49-42. Prague, a old-fashioned wing T style offense. They did not complete a single pass in that game and still put up 42 points. They had a very talented running quarterback, and then obviously Jones has their own quarterback that's got some skill. We saw him last year, Carson May, committed to the University of Iowa, and so of course with Iowa's offense the last couple of weeks, they might could use him right now.
Iowa, well, last couple of weeks, but Iowa, yeah, they're not on my top teams of the list for this year. I know you can relate to that, TJ. But
yeah.
Iowa,
they started out. They were at number 2 or 3.
They were hot starting out. I know when we were talking about that game, you said that there's no way Iowa got beat.
Right. Yeah, at home to Purdue. And so, anyway, Carson May, the Jones quarterback, that could be a rematch of last year's playoff game in which Jameson Holland stripped their receiver, Caden Carl, on a big play as Jones was inside Warrior territory looking to take the lead. Big win for the Warriors on Reed Field. The Warriors trying to get back to that championship game, and that journey starts next week, where the Warriors have their first playoff game at home, and if they're able to win that game, they'll host again in the next week. Crusaders won the toss in the first half and elected to defer to the second, so they will receive the second half kickoff. Kyle may be interested in the clock running situation.
Yeah, see here in the second half.
We've seen this the last couple of games where the teams have kind of tried to get out of here early. We'll see if CHA has that same mindset. Mason Thomas kicks it off to Gines, and he's found the hole. This time, good return, brought down by Wyatt Wilk and Mason Thomas. It's the best return for the Crusaders of the evening.
I'd be curious to see how long you last over there on that side with that wind hitting you.
I got the new Washington Warriors fishing shirt on, Kyle, and it's actually quite warm. So the hood helping out. I'm hoping, bought it from Tal Barnes, and him and Jesse Schleff are quite the fishermen on the Washington fishing team. I couldn't be on that team because I am not very good at fishing. Reed hands it off to Mills. He's able to find some room up the middle, brought down by Nathan Rainey, not after an 8-yard gain. Warriors got the second squad defense on the field right now, or some of the guys from the second squad. Caden Hutchinson and
getting a talking to by Coach Crawford as well.
Yeah, you can hear his voice on the other side of the field from the press box. Caden Hutchinson, Baylor Haynes now in the defensive end positions. Send Gines in motion, and they throw it to Gines on the sweep, or excuse me, on the screen, and Isaiah Tyler in the backfield to make the tackle on a loss of 5. We'll bring up third and about 8. Good play by Tyler in that defensive back position.
Looking back, talking about Coach Crawford there, I remember the first day he stepped on campus, just a mammoth of a human being there. Looked like a bouncer.
Third down and long for the Crusaders.
He's been a great guy I have on the line here as a coach, and brought these big boys up over the years, and always had pretty good success of pretty physical guys up front.
Reed looking left and completes the pass to number 2. That is Jake Hale. That's going to give the Crusaders a first down. Kind of a tough play there for Isaiah Tyler. He had him spun around a little bit and was able to pick up the first down, give the Crusaders a new set of downs at the 49-yard line, just short of midfield. Handoff goes off to Mills again, up the middle. You can kind of see a difference, Kyle, in the line play now that you take the main guys out. They're kind of, the offensive line for CHA is able to create some holes there.
Getting a little push now.
See if the defensive line can make an adjustment here. Again, hand off to Mills.
Blown up. Baylor Haynes.
Baylor and Baylor Haynes. Baylor Haynes the first to meet him, and Cole Haler comes in like a missile.
Not sure if they had a pulling guard there, but Baylor Haynes followed him right up the chute and met him in the backfield.
Loss on the play will bring up third down and 8. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Warriors lead 45-0 on this opening possession of the second half.
Wind is picking up. It's going to have to get a little warmer. It gets 7 degrees tomorrow.
It was pretty nice as the day went on, but the evening has crept through. The coolness of the night came with it. Pass intended for Jake Hale. Well defended by Isaiah Tyler will bring up fourth down. Cheerleaders going to Tulsa, I believe, tomorrow for Cheer State, Game Day State.
Yep.
Or it's regional, excuse me. Game Day Regionals. They got Game Day State the week after.
A little different this year. Well, this year had the regular cheer. Last year they had Game Day.
Right.
First earlier in the year, and then regular cheer later on in the year. But
yeah, regular
flip-flop this year.
Regular cheer didn't end until like February because of all the stuff that was going on in the world. Reed tries to draw a man offside, blitzed and almost sacked and finally brought down. They're going to get Cole Beller with the sack. He thought he let up a little bit because he thought he had him, but the quarterback stumbled, and credit Cole Beller there with the sack at that linebacker position. Bring up first down for the Warriors on a change of possession.
Got Cole Beller coming off the edge there. Quite a bit of speed. Little guy stunned him in the backfield. Like you said, go ahead and give him credit for that sack.
Jax Hendricks, the new quarterback in for the Warriors. Sends Mason Thomas in motion. Hands it off to Mason Thomas. Cuts it upfield. Now he's at the 30. Inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line. Good blocking on the perimeter by the Warrior receivers and tight ends. The spring Thomas Blues on a gain of about 20 yards.
Looked like you had Roberts out there doing a little block on that cutback from Thomas.
Braden Arthur now in at the tailback position. Tatum Wilk, Mason Singletary, Mason Thomas in at receivers. Handoff goes to Braden Arthur up the middle, but there's nothing doing.
Kind of a flashback from last week. Arthur got quite a few touches there in the second half of the game last week, but got swallowed up in the backfield on several of them.
New lineman in as well. Baylor Haynes running the center position for the Warriors. Be interesting to see if they stick with Caleb Bruce at that spot for the rest of the playoffs. Hendricks hands it off to Arthur.
A bit better hole right there.
About 5, make it third and 5 for the Warriors.
Right now, number 3, Eli Hill, number 2, Jake Hale.
Wyatt Denton in at the left guard position for the Warriors, and number 68, Ethan Clark, the right guard. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, check that. That's right. And what's that kid's name? Dakota? Is that? They don't have 75 on there. Not Dakota.
It's Canyon Alcorta.
Canyon. Yeah, Canyon. We have 75 on our roster. Handoff goes to Arthur up the middle, and he runs behind Canyon.
Handoff up the middle, tackled by a host of Crusaders, shorting the first down marker.
Going to be close to the first down. Like that number 68, Ethan Clark came in like chest bumped a defender after the play was over.
4th and 3.
4th and 3 for the Warriors. They try to draw off sides. Hendricks almost able to do so. Ball is lying inside the 20-yard line at the 19. And Thomas in motion, hand it off to Arthur. And good job by the line.
Looks like he's going to have it.
Pushing the pile forward to the 15, give the Warriors a fresh set of downs.
Good little hard run right there by Arthur. Met in the backfield, gave him a little sidestep, was able to pick up that extra 1 or 2 to get that first down right there.
I smell that the burger barn cooking, Kyle. There's smoke coming up here. Maybe someone's got a fire going, trying to stay warm. Hendricks hands it off to Thomas on the jet sweep.
Handoff number 3, 13 around the right-hand side.
Gains about 5 on the play. Check that, 4.
4-yard gain.
Have you, Kyle, we might look up some of those district or 2A scores right now and give us an update on teams we might be looking at going forward. Got 2A loaded. Got 10 teams. It's kind of a toss-up of who can win it. You know, Metro Christian back-to-back state championships. And they're not even in the top 10. Victory Christian and Beggs playing tomorrow night in Tulsa. Hendricks hands it off to Singletary. Now Singletary trying to cut back. Now up the middle. Nifty piece of running. Only able to pick up about 3 yards on the play. Will bring up 3rd and 3. Marlowe playing Tishomingo tonight in their final game. That's going to be a team to look out for. Had an area coach text me that he's looking forward. He's hoping it's us and Marlowe in the finals, Kyle. And I said that'd be a pretty fun game. These guys have been playing against Marlowe in all the other sports growing up. Occasionally get to see him in football. Handoff going to the wrong person. Hendricks is going to try to keep it. Nothing doing.
Go to some scores here. TJ got Metro Christian 35-0 up over Haskell. Another game we're looking at here, Prague and Chandler. Prague is down 34-6 to Chandler.
So Chandler and Crossings would be the 2 teams that are the top 2 teams coming out of that district.
Jones up 35-7 over Meeker. Who else we got? Beggs and Victory Christian. That game hasn't been updated. It says starting.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah. Nice pass by Hendricks to Nate Roberts. And that's a touchdown. Great pass there by Jackson Hendricks to find his tight end and put 6 more on the board, pending this extra point attempt.
2 more teams we're looking at here, Lindsay and Comanche. Lindsay's up 14-7 over Comanche. And Davis is up 21-0 over Frederick. Vienna 51-0.
See, that's a team hardly anybody's talked about as well. Hegman in for the extra point.
Another one, Sequoia Tahlequah up 21-0 over Adair.
That's an interesting score.
That'll be upset city right there.
Adair team we traveled to last year in the Northeast Oklahoma and knocked them out of the playoffs. So yeah, if those scores hold up, Kyle, it looks like that we would play
Lindsay.
We would play in the second round. We played Lindsay, but in the second round we would play Jones at Reed Field. If both teams win.
So Thanksgiving weekend.
Huh?
Thanksgiving weekend too, wouldn't it be? That'd be
I
third
think
round.
it'd be the second round, and so that would be the 18th, I believe. Next weekend, the weekend after that, would be our Thanksgiving weekend game, which I always think is awesome that you get out of school the whole week, and then those guys get to go practice football, get to sleep in, first of all. Don't have to worry about classes, and just play football, and it's all about them now. And family, of course.
Heard how much homework you hand out. They probably enjoy that.
3:18 to go in the third quarter. Warriors lead 52-0. Thomas with a line drive kick, gathered in by one of the upbacks. He makes a man miss. Good return there, swallowed up by a bunch of Warriors. Number 24, Landon Bean, was able to push the return to about the 35-yard line. Yeah, that's that Thanksgiving one, though, depending on how games play out, that might be one that we have to take the show on the road.
Yep. Maybe we'll get a Saturday game for that one too.
Yeah.
That's my wife like to
Schedule. Polar Express, Kyle, come on. Trips to the left, they hand it off to Mills. Cuts it back to the left. Tackled by number 28. Jake Coles, 7-yard gain on play, will bring up second down and 3.
Running good for a 7-yard gain, brings up second.
A lot of snaps here for the Warrior underclassmen. All season, Kyle. You'd like to?
Yeah,
they basically had their own season.
More snaps than the varsity. Well, I say varsity, first team here on varsity.
Right. Again, Mills running to the right and then cutting back to the left and taking Cole Beller for a little bit of a ride. Crosses midfield. Isaiah Tyler helps clean the play up. Not before the Crusaders pick up a first down.
Yeah, like you say, get a little push up front. Gets these younger guys having a little bit of success. They've had more first downs here in this first 2 drives of the second half than they've had all game.
Kane Lampkin now in the defensive end position. Low snap. Reed has to just keep it. Hudson Howard in the backfield to take him down. Loss of about 7 on the play. Job by the speedy freshman linebacker. Now, Cade Norman and Case Taylor come back in. They're just alternating, it looks like, getting everybody some playing time. Case Taylor, again, we talk about him almost every week. His performance against CCS. A tough game. The second place team in District 2A3. Be interesting to see how they do come playoffs. 2nd and 15 for the Crusaders. Reed looking to the right. Has a receiver, bobbles it, and then brings it down.
Number 2, Jake Hales.
Jake Hales able to catch that pass. He kind of juggled it. Isaiah Tyler was right there. It's just a throw on the money. Gives the Crusaders a first down.
Yeah, had a little bit more time there than he's seen all night. Like you said, Isaiah, not bad coverage right there. Stay with him step for step and just threading the needle. Crusaders, big first down pickup.
Here, got the ball at the 35. Jake Cole's coming off the edge of pressure. Handed off to Mills. Jake Cole's able to get down by his ankles and wrap him up. Mason Singletary jumping on the pile to try to get an assisted tackle. Case Taylor there as well.
Might be the last play of third quarter here. We'll see.
Jordan Kilmer checks in at the linebacker spot. I'm sure some of those guys appreciate just getting to run on and off the field to warm up, huh? This wind isn't that bad, Kyle. I don't know what's wrong. It's gotten soft in your old age. Reed hands it off. No, he keeps it. Now he's running it. Jake Coles is there, misses him. Isaiah Tyler able to get off his block and bring down Reed at the 15-yard line. Jake Coles had an arm on him in the backfield, unable to bring him down.
That's going to be the last play of this quarter. Probably going to flip the field right here.
Yeah, White Hats rolling it. Warriors able to get another touchdown on the board this quarter. Up 52-0 over the Crusaders. You're watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Hey, Warrior fans, this is Brian Arthur. My wife Jennifer and I are proud sponsors of the Washington Warriors and would like to wish all the Warriors and their coaches the best of luck this season. When you need a locally owned company that you can trust, look no further. For over 20 years, we have offered all of our customers the best products and services in the industry. Whether it's residential or commercial, we got you covered. Give us a call or visit our website.
B&H Construction is a proud Warrior partner. They are the leading directional drilling contractor with major operational hubs all over Oklahoma and in Texas. Their involvement in and support of our community goes far beyond utility construction. They're also a good neighbor and friend. When experience and safety count, your best source for directional drilling is B&H Construction. Go Warriors!
Welcome back to Crusader Field. Crusaders knocking on the door, but Warriors trying to keep them blanked on the scoreboard. Cole Beller there.
Cole Beller and Baylor Haynes.
Baylor Haynes, yeah, in the backfield. Warriors lead 52-0. Start of this fourth quarter.
Second down and 12 Crusaders.
Playoffs start next week.
Ready.
Handoff goes to Mills, tries to bounce it outside, makes a guy miss, but Case Taylor's there. Tanner Olson right him out of bounds. No gain on the play. Yeah, Kyle, I mean, it's been since that CCS game that we've had a little bit of a drama.
Yeah, and I missed that one too. I was out on that one down at Broken Bow, and that's one of the few games I wish I would have been a part of.
I remember sitting in the booth last year against Beggs and Adair. The Adair game, we were beating on the side of the press box, making all kinds of noise after Kobe Scott was able to get an interception. Reed fumbles the snap. Now he's just looking to run. Baylor Haynes and Case Taylor again. Case Taylor's man on a mission this fourth quarter.
Yeah, we had some games last year, just picture-perfect finish, man. Just the events that happened and the time frame that they happened in was just, we had some fun games to be a part of.
Fourth down now for the Crusaders. Warriors defense bowing their necks. Trying to keep this offense scoreless in this fourth quarter. I'm sure the coaching staff is fine with these blowout victories though, right? Less stress on them. Reed looking left, trying to hit his receiver on the slant pattern. Coach is looking for a little.
I was looking too.
Pass was intended for Nate Gines, the junior receiver. Looked like Isaiah Tyler might have had a little arm around the waist.
Had a little arm around the waist, but hey, great play if the refs didn't call it.
That's right. Clock still standing still. I'm sure the Warriors will look to run the ball a lot here. We got Hudson Howard in at the tailback position now for the Warriors. Jackson Hendricks takes the snap, hands it off to Howard. That's Braden Arthur. Braden Arthur was it?
Ain't nobody catching him.
Midfield, 35, 20, 15-10, touchdown.
See ya, Haas.
80-yard touchdown run by Braden Arthur.
That's one of the few kids that gets to that second level. You got guys in your rear view, you ain't catching.
First guy to meet him off the field is his buddy and classmate, Cole Scott. Braden had a couple games he had to miss earlier this year due to injury, so it's good to see him hit pay dirt. Wilkin, the hold for the extra point. Hageman kicks it up, and it's good. 9:53 to go. The Warriors lead 59-0. Watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
Darren Beller and Jason Hendricks, owners of Air Product Supply in Goldsview, are proud to sponsor the Washington Warriors on Squirtle for the 2021 season. APS is the regional distributor of Climate Master geothermal heat and air equipment and Lux Air and Oxbox as well. If you are looking for a local heat and air service company, call us at 405-288-0233 and we can put you in contact with the local professional heat and air company. All the employees of APS want to wish Coach Brad Beller and the rest of the Warriors and coaching staff the best of luck this football season. Go Warriors!
Welcome back to Crusader Field. Warriors lead 59-0 after an 80-yard touchdown run by Braden Johnson. DJ Scholes here with Kyle Harris.
I wouldn't really call that a run. I'd say 80-yard touchdown sprint.
Yeah, Braden, one of those track guys that the Warriors had last year. 4x1, 4x2 guy. Speed to kill.
A little track back in my day.
Shot put? Discus. Which one?
0. None of the above.
Mason Thomas set to kick. Back to receive. Number 21, Isaiah Winces, and number 8, Nate Giants.
No, I'll take that back. I was on the 6th grade elementary school track team, relay.
The land run doesn't count, Kyle, as the kick goes to Isaiah Wentz. Gets at the 20, looking up the middle, and he is
receiving the kick, number 21, Isaiah Winston.
Brought down, looks like new number in there, number 84. Hadn't seen him tonight. That's Jeffrey Osborne. He's in there on the tackle, along with a host of other Warriors.
So we got first down and 10 Crusaders.
Ball is at the 34-yard line. Clock winds, 9:40 and counting. OSU going to Morgantown tomorrow, Kyle. Trying to keep the Mountaineers from burning couches.
Couches.
Handoff goes to Mills.
Have a little moonshine. Couch burning celebration up there. You never know what you're going to get into up in Morgantown. We'll see if the Cowboys can go up there and come home with a dub.
My wife's got family from up there. I've never met them. There's some different folks up that way. It'll be sure it'll be nice and cool there, but you'll see some grown men out there without any shirts on and a coonskin cap on. Second down and 3.
I hate to say that. You might see that in our student section too. That's one thing I've been wanting to give it up to our student section. We've had a heck of a student section this year. They travel well and do a good job cheering on these buddies.
Yeah, I think a lot of that started last year with the group of seniors that we had, and it just continued on this year in all the sports. Softball was unbelievable at the state tournament. We went to one of the games and my ears were still ringing after the run rule performance by our Lady Warriors. Reed throws it, and it is blown up by Isaiah Tyler. Like Mason Thomas was there as well, but Isaiah Tyler's first to meet the receiver, Eli Hill.
Mason tried to come in, lay a lick there too with Isaiah. Want to keep them eyes up. We got a little tip reel going on there.
Yeah, he could have almost intercepted that. Third down and 8. Yeah, I think the theme tonight was ski gear for the student section. That's
good
probably
choice. Good choice.
Good decision there by our students. Mills met in the backfield by Jake Coles.
Run up the middle for number 9, Christian Mills.
Job, nice tackle. Good form tackle there by Jake Coles to stop them for gaining any yards on that play, and they'll bring up 4th down. Punting unit will come in.
Well, Jake, another guy we've called out several times this year, man, you can't knock these guys. They've had plenty of snaps and, came in and had good ball games. Jake right there coming in and laying the wood.
I told the story before. The first time I met that young man was my first year. My first summer here, I ran a basketball camp, and he come in on crutches. And just an incredible story about him being able to come back and play sports from the injury that he's had.
He's definitely over the years never let that overcome him. He's came out on top on that one, and
exactly.
Like you said, it's been fun watching him grow up. And being the athlete he is now, he would have never known any of that if nobody told you.
He's a hard-working kid. Good to see him out on the field making plays a lot this year, including a couple touchdowns. One last week on a blocked punt return for a touchdown. Warriors have the ball inside the 21-yard line. 7:20 to go in the ball game.
Got Mr. Nate Roberts in.
Hand off to Hudson Howard. Spun down. I meant to print off the stats from. We got to give our credit. Yeah, Mike Spalding is kind enough to give us these stats for previous game. We also went back and watched the Hobart game and had stats. I meant to print them off. But that was a huge win for this young program, or these young guys in this program, to go and knock off a, perennial
Class A powerhouse.
Yeah, well-coached team. They're young and down a little bit this year, but Colt Allison does a good job with his crew down at Hobart. The Warriors came out and handed to them on homecoming night, and then turned around and had to play a bunch last night or Friday night.
Homecoming night's not one of them games you want to schedule somebody good.
No.
You got the JV coming in for Washington and putting it on you too.
You kind of wonder, if this JV team had to play a varsity schedule, they might make the playoffs in our district with the talent they have.
Well, I know I've talked about this several times this year, but give credit to them, man. They go against these ones every day in practice, and the ones hadn't got a ton of snaps this year. The last couple games. So, like you said, give credit to them for keeping the tempo up, and especially during practice, giving these ones something to look at.
Right.
Keeping them hyped up for the season. So
now you got to think that a lot of times in practice, the ones versus the twos might be the best look that the Warrior ones get, within the last 3 or 4 weeks. Tatum Wilk with the punt. Nice spiraling punt. Takes a bounce at the 44-yard line and takes a roll down to the 34 or 35. And that's where Crusaders. That's a pretty good
Pat
punt.
Spiral right there.
Yeah.
Just past the 35-yard line.
About a 46-yard punt there by the freshman.
Learn to punt like that and go and just KO people. Got a future ahead of him.
Yeah. See who we got here. We got a couple new defensive linemen in for the Warriors. Number 51, and there's no number there, so just have to find out, get those things fixed later. Set a block. Number 66 for the Warriors. That is Jackson Bird, freshman, making a tackle.
Great job of stopping on the whistle right there. Get these young guys in the ball game.
They might be a little bit anxious.
Trying to get their shots and get some licks right here.
They might, like I said, trying to get warmed up.
Yep.
2nd down and 6 for the Crusaders. Handoff again goes to Mills. Sees a hole. Mason Singletary is able to get down low, right around midfield. Give them a first down.
That'll be 1st and 10 for the
Cole
50-yard
Arthur
line.
checks in for Evan Peters. Jake Cole's going to get a little breather. Cole Beller in for him. Crusaders still have a lot of their starting lineup in. Run a guy late onto the field. 14. And off goes to Mills. And there's number 51. Again, the no-name guy. I'm not sure who that is, but he does a good job of stopping Mills in his tracks after a gain of 5. They're taking Mills out. Mills had a busy game so far. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the ball game. Second down and 5. Warriors will host a playoff game next week at Reed Field.
Hopefully 2 in a row.
Handoff.
Run up the middle by number 33.
Goes to number 33, Bryce Graham. It's close to the first down. It looks like the officials give that to him. Got that going on. Basketball. Boys, I'm not sure what the girls got going on next week. Boys basketball has a home scrimmage next Thursday against Plainview at 4 o'clock.
What that?
Thursday night. So, you guys aren't doing anything? Come by and swing and look at
football Thursday night pregame.
There you go. Handoff again to Graham. Tackled. That looks like number 16, Tatum Wilk, on the tackle. Two minutes and 15 seconds to go in the ball game. Good job by Mason. That's Mason Thomas there. Got hit hard there. Was able to stop Graham, getting only a couple yards on the play and bring up third down. I think Thomas might have got the brunt of that damage. He got up a little slow, but give the guy credit. He held on. Graham's a big kid, that running back spot. Again, Graham gets the handoff. Warrior defense still trying to keep the Crusaders out of the end zone. Singletary stops Graham. Not before he's able to pick up the first down, move the ball down to the 24-yard line.
Be a battle here. Crusaders sticking with that run game here with the minute 19 left on that clock. We'll see if Washington can keep them out, keep that goose egg up on the scoreboard. Be a battle here.
They bring Mills back in. Mills is their number 1 back. Let's see if defense can bow up and get a stop here. And they're passing. Do a double move. Tanner Olson in coverage. Intercepted! Got him. Good job, Tanner Olson, the freshman defensive back.
He pinpointed that ball at the perfect time. Went up and got it, TJ.
Don't try to score on us. Great play by the freshman defensive back for Washington to secure the shutout.
Coach Beller's got to like that, and his young guys right there. CHA knocking on the door and go up. Really last resort right there, trying to throw a pass play, pick on the smaller guy right there, and it went up, pinpointed that, and said nope.
Pass was intended for Braden Finch, only a sophomore, but Tanner Olson
got some hops. You're gonna like that in your basketball season.
Tanner's a strong kid too. You can tell that kid's been in the weight room. 58 seconds left to go, and the Warriors are gonna take a knee. Run the rest of this clock out. Warriors gonna leave Del City, Kyle, with a impressive shutout over CHA.
Yeah, definitely 59-0. That's gonna help that points allowed per game percentage. Only 8 coming into the night. It's definitely gonna knock it down a little bit. You know, give it up to these younger guys, stepping it up. You know, we've talked about most of the points that come later on in the game, but you know CHA made some runs here coming down the stretch, trying to put some points on the board. These young guys really stepping up and keeping that goose egg up there.
One of the things that is going to be interesting moving forward is the Warriors come in here. One of the good things about tonight, is that the Warriors are able to come in here and execute some new formations, some new plays that is going to have a lot of the other coaches around the state, staying up at night trying to figure out how to stop them, because now you're looking at multiple formations, multiple plays, and the more stuff that the other coaches have to work on, less stuff they get to work on their own stuff at, you know. And so the other good thing is that you come away here injury-free on the last game of the season. And Warriors wrap up a undefeated regular season and another district championship.
Yeah, that's great for these Warriors. You know, I'm kind of like you. I'm kind of curious to see how many district championships consecutive that we've won. And like you said, this team's really surprised me this year, TJ. This is. I'll be honest, I say this every year, but this is one playoff run that I'm looking forward to this year to see how this team matches up. You know, not looking forward, but, you know, in the next couple weeks coming up, and, you know, look out, man. This team's on a tear.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun postseason to watch these guys, and now the games are really important. Every game from here on out is an elimination game, and good thing is the Warriors will get to host a couple of them as long as they keep winning.
Yep.
And right now it looks like they're doing what it takes to do that stuff. So Warriors offense and defense impressive tonight in a victory here at Christian Heritage Academy. For Kyle Harris, Jesse Madden, Jesse Carey, and Evan Madden. You guys make sure you stay warm tonight. We've got another week of football next week. TJ Scholes signing off. Good night and go Warriors.
No secret, Pioneer Cellular cares about the students of our communities because we're in your community.